The 1970s and 1980s were the golden age of the American box truck. Long before Amazon delivery vans filled neighborhoods and modern logistics companies perfected aerodynamic fleet vehicles, thousands of strange-looking step vans, cube trucks, and walk-in delivery rigs dominated city streets across North America. These trucks delivered bread, milk, soda, furniture, appliances, auto parts, newspapers, and packages. Some hauled tools for electricians and plumbers. Others served as mobile workshops, lunch trucks, or bookmobiles. Many spent decades making constant stop-and-go deliveries in brutal urban traffic. Yet despite how common they once were, most of these box trucks have disappeared almost completely. Rust, hard commercial use, and scrapping programs wiped out the majority of them. Today, only a handful survive in museums, private collections, or abandoned behind warehouses and farms. What makes these forgotten trucks fascinating is how experimental many of them were. Manufacturers constantly tried unusual body styles, forward control layouts, compact drivetrains, and strange industrial designs to maximize cargo space while keeping vehicles maneuverable in crowded cities. Some looked futuristic. Others looked awkward and almost homemade, but together they formed the backbone of commercial delivery during one of America's most important transportation eras. Here are 10 forgotten box trucks of the 1970s and 80s that once ruled American roads. Number 1. International Harvester Metro Van. The International Harvester Metro Van was already an old design by the 1970s, but it still remained one of the most recognizable delivery vehicles in North America. Originally introduced in 1938, the Metro van continued production until 1975, making it one of the longest-running commercial truck designs ever built. Wikipedia. By the 1970s, the Metro had become deeply associated with urban deliveries. Bakeries, dairies, florists, utility companies, and local delivery services all used them extensively. Their walk-in design allowed drivers to quickly enter and exit during multi-stop delivery routes. Unlike many commercial trucks of the era, the Metro had real styling. The original body was heavily influenced by industrial designer Raymond Loewy, who created a streamlined Art Deco appearance that stood out from ordinary delivery vehicles. Early versions featured rounded bodywork and smooth curves, while later 1960s and 1970s models became much boxier to maximize cargo space. Even then, the Metro still looked distinctive because of its tall, narrow front end and unusual proportions. One reason these trucks became forgotten is that International Harvester exited the light truck market during the 1970s. By 1975, Metro production ended entirely. Most surviving examples disappeared through hard commercial use. Delivery trucks rarely received careful maintenance because businesses viewed them as tools rather than collectible vehicles. Rust destroyed countless Metro vans in northern climates. Today, surviving Metro vans are highly prized among vintage truck enthusiasts because they represent one of the earliest successful step van designs in American history. Many people also consider them among the most stylish commercial trucks ever built. Number 2. Chevrolet Step Van King. If you lived in America during the 1970s or 1980s, chances are you saw a Chevrolet step van almost every day without realizing it. These trucks became one of the most common delivery vehicles in North America. Bread companies, parcel services, soda distributors, vending suppliers, and independent delivery operators all relied heavily on them. General Motors had been building forward-control delivery chassis since the 1940s, but the Step Van King became especially important during the 1960s-70s. The trucks used the famous GMP series chassis, which later became associated with RVs and commercial fleet vehicles. Their simple construction made them durable and relatively easy to repair. The design focused entirely on utility. Drivers sat almost directly above the front axle, maximizing cargo space while keeping the truck compact enough for city streets. One particularly interesting feature was the wide range of body sizes available. Some were tiny ice cream trucks with 7-foot bodies, while others hauled large commercial loads with extended aluminum cargo boxes. Chevrolet step vans also appeared in countless movies and television shows. Their plain, boxy appearance made them useful as generic delivery vehicles for film productions. Yet despite their enormous popularity, most disappeared quickly during the 1990s and early 2000s. Commercial fleets replaced them with newer aerodynamic vans that offered better fuel economy and lower maintenance costs. Today, many surviving step vans have been converted into food trucks, campers, and mobile businesses. Ironically, a vehicle once considered completely ordinary has become highly desirable among custom vehicle builders. Number 3. Dodge Kary van. The Dodge Kary van is one of the most overlooked commercial trucks of the 1970s. Introduced in 1973, the Kary van was Dodge's attempt to compete directly in the growing walk-in delivery truck market. It combined the Dodge B-Series van cab with a factory-installed cube-style cargo body. Unlike traditional vans, the Kary van offered much larger cargo capacity and easier movement inside the vehicle. Drivers could stand and walk through the cargo area, making it ideal for multi-stop delivery routes. The truck came in multiple lengths and widths depending on wheelbase and axle configuration. Some used single rear wheels, while heavier-duty versions featured dual rear wheels for increased payload capacity. What made the Kary van especially interesting was its connection to the recreational vehicle industry. The chassis and cab design later influenced Type C motorhomes during the 90s. The Kary van never achieved the same widespread recognition as GM or Ford commercial trucks. Chrysler faced severe financial problems during the late 1970s, and many commercial vehicle programs received limited long-term support. By 1979, Chrysler ended Kary van production. Because relatively few were built compared to Chevrolet and Ford delivery trucks, surviving Kary vans are extremely rare today. Most people under 40 have probably never seen one in person. Number 4. Ford C-Series. The Ford C-Series was not technically a small box truck. In many cases, it was a medium-duty commercial giant. But during the 1970s and 80s, these trucks became iconic as urban delivery vehicles, moving vans, utility trucks, and municipal service rigs. Introduced in 1957, the Ford C-Series used a cab-over-engine design that maximized maneuverability while allowing large cargo bodies. The short wheelbase made the trucks ideal for crowded urban streets despite their size. The design looked incredibly distinctive. Drivers sat high above the engine in a flat-faced cab with enormous windows. The trucks almost resembled giant industrial robots from the front. One reason the C-Series became so popular was visibility. Drivers could easily navigate tight city environments because the cab provided excellent forward vision. The trucks also offered tilt cab access, allowing mechanics to service the engine more easily than on many conventional trucks. By the 1970s, C-Series trucks served nearly every industry imaginable. Beverage companies, furniture movers, utility providers, fire departments, and local delivery fleets all operated them extensively. The problem was longevity. Cab-over trucks often suffered severe rust issues, especially around cab mounts and lower body sections. Years of stop-and-go commercial service destroyed many examples. As aerodynamic conventional trucks improved during the 1980s, today, surviving Ford C-Series trucks are surprisingly uncommon considering how widespread they once were. Number 5. Divco milk trucks. The Divco milk truck was already legendary by the 1970s, but it survived long enough to become one of the strangest commercial vehicles still operating during that decade. Divco trucks were specifically designed for milk delivery. Their unusual low-speed engineering prioritized constant stopping and starting rather than highway performance. One of their most famous features was the walk-through design. Milkmen could enter and exit rapidly during residential delivery routes. Some Divco trucks even allowed drivers to control the vehicle while standing, making neighborhood deliveries faster and more efficient. By the 1970s, home milk delivery was already declining rapidly in many areas. Supermarkets and refrigeration technology had changed consumer behavior, yet many local dairies continued using Divco trucks because they were durable and perfectly suited for short urban routes. The trucks looked incredibly old-fashioned by then. Rounded fenders, upright bodies, and narrow proportions made them appear decades older than modern commercial vehicles. But that strange appearance became part of their charm. Most Divco trucks vanished during the 1980s as traditional milk delivery routes disappeared. Few companies saw any reason to preserve worn-out dairy trucks after retirement. Today, surviving Divcos are highly collectible because they represent an entire vanished industry, rather than just a forgotten vehicle. Number 6. Grumman Olson Kurbmaster. Few delivery trucks became more associated with a specific company than the Grumman Olson Kurbmaster. These boxy aluminum-bodied trucks became famous as UPS delivery vehicles throughout the 1970s. For millions of Americans, the Kurbmaster practically defined what a package truck looked like. Grumman Olson originally evolved from companies involved in aluminum vehicle construction and specialty bodies. Their expertise in lightweight aluminum structures made the trucks durable while reducing weight. The Kurbmaster used a walk-in body layout with sliding doors and easy cargo access. Drivers making dozens or hundreds of daily package deliveries benefited enormously from the practical design. One reason the truck survived so long was corrosion resistance. Aluminum bodies handled harsh weather better than many steel-bodied commercial trucks. However, the vehicle still faced brutal operating conditions. Constant stop-and-go driving, overloaded cargo compartments, and endless daily use eventually wore them out mechanically. Many Kurbmasters remained in service for decades because delivery companies prioritized durability over appearance. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, newer package vehicles gradually replaced them. Most retired trucks went directly to auction yards and scrap yards. Today, surviving Kurbmasters occasionally appear converted into campers or food trucks. Yet most people still remember them primarily as the classic brown UPS truck. Number 7. GMC Value Van. The GMC Value van was mechanically similar to the Chevrolet step van, but it developed its own identity among commercial fleet operators. Essentially a badge-engineered version of the Chevrolet forward control delivery platform. The GMC variant often appeared in municipal fleets, industrial service companies, and regional delivery operations. The trucks shared much of their engineering with GM's P-Series commercial chassis. One reason these trucks became forgotten is simple visibility. Most people assumed they were Chevrolets because the designs looked nearly identical. But GMC versions often served heavier-duty commercial applications and sometimes used different trim or fleet specifications, depending on customer requirements. The Value van became especially common in utility work. Electric companies, telephone providers, and repair services frequently use them as mobile workshops. Inside, many featured shelves, tool compartments, and equipment storage instead of open cargo space. By the 1980s, however, the design was beginning to look outdated. The trucks lacked modern ergonomics, fuel efficiency, and crash safety improvements appearing in newer commercial vehicles. Most disappeared quietly through normal fleet replacement cycles. Today, restored GMC Value vans are extremely rare because collectors usually focus on passenger vehicles instead of work trucks. Yet these forgotten commercial rigs once formed a major part of America's industrial infrastructure. Number 8. Utilimaster walk-in vans. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, Utilimaster began producing commercial walk-in vans that looked dramatically more modern than older delivery trucks. These vehicles emphasized aerodynamics, driver comfort, and modular construction years before such ideas became industry standards. Many featured smooth aluminum bodies, large windshields, improved visibility, and carefully designed cargo access systems. Compared to older step vans, Utilimaster trucks almost looked futuristic. The company targeted parcel delivery companies, utility fleets, and municipal services seeking more efficient commercial vehicles. One important innovation was driver ergonomics. Earlier delivery trucks often required awkward climbing, heavy steering effort, and physically exhausting operation. Utilimaster focused heavily on making drivers more comfortable during long routes. The trucks gradually became common among package delivery services during the 1980s and beyond. However, early models from that era are surprisingly forgotten today because later versions evolved substantially. Many people remember the company name, but not the earliest walk-in designs. Commercial vehicles rarely receive historical attention unless tied to famous brands or unusual styling. As a result, many early Utilimaster trucks vanished without recognition, despite helping modernize delivery vehicle design. Number 9. Oshkosh delivery vans. Most people associate Oshkosh with military trucks and heavy-duty construction vehicles, but during the 1970s and 80s, the company also produced specialized delivery and utility chassis used for box trucks and commercial fleet applications. These vehicles focused heavily on durability. Unlike lighter urban delivery vans, Oshkosh trucks often operated in industrial environments requiring tougher suspensions, stronger frames, and higher payload capacities. Some served airports, utility companies, industrial plants, and municipal operations where rough conditions destroyed ordinary commercial trucks. Their appearance reflected that purpose. Oshkosh delivery trucks often looked oversized and unusually rugged compared to standard package vans. The trucks were not glamorous, but they gained reputations for surviving extreme abuse. One reason these vehicles became forgotten is that they rarely served ordinary consumers directly. Most operated inside industrial fleets where the public seldom noticed them. Additionally, commercial fleet operators usually retired them only after severe wear and corrosion made restoration impractical. Today, surviving examples are extremely uncommon outside specialized collectors and museums. Yet these forgotten workhorses helped support countless industrial operations during the late 20th century. Number 10. Freightliner step vans. During the 1980s, Freightliner entered parts of the commercial delivery market with diesel-powered step vans and delivery chassis that reflected changing trends in trucking. Fuel economy and durability were becoming increasingly important. Rising fuel prices during the 1970s energy crises forced fleet operators to rethink vehicle efficiency. Freightliner's commercial delivery vehicles often emphasized diesel power, longer service life, and lower operating costs. Compared to older gasoline-powered step vans, these trucks felt more modern and highway capable. Many used squared-off aerodynamic designs common during the 1980s commercial vehicle industry. Their appearance lacked the charm of rounded 1950s and 60s delivery trucks, but they represented the transition toward modern logistics vehicles. Some fleets appreciated their durability and diesel efficiency, especially for regional delivery operations. However, the market became increasingly competitive. Ford, GM, Utilimaster, Grumman Olson, and numerous specialty body manufacturers all competed aggressively for commercial fleet contracts. As delivery technology evolved during the 1990s, many earlier Freightliner step vans disappeared rapidly. Today, they are largely overshadowed by modern parcel vehicles and newer commercial chassis. But these forgotten trucks helped bridge the gap between classic step vans and the delivery vehicles dominating roads today. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.